Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alright, so today I'm going to be smoking a cigarette while enjoying the background of this video. Today I'm going to be smoking a cigarette while enjoying a background of a brick building and 3 metal silos, to be precise. Yes, that's what I'm doing today. There's a road kind of running to my side, and every time I drive down that road, I get to thinking, man, I should make a video of me smoking a cigarette with this brick building and these 3 metal silos behind me in the background. And so as such, I've decided to finally do that today. And personally, I think the silos and the building behind me, the brick building behind me, look pretty cool. It's some nice industrial architecture and it's some pretty neat stuff in general. You know, I think it makes for a pretty good backdrop for a cigarette smoking video, so I got no complaints on my behalf. But what cigarette am I going to be smoking while having this brick building and these 3 metal silos as my backdrop? Well, today I have a pack of the Mevis Rich 12 cigarettes from Japan with me today. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get one of them all out, and let's go ahead and just put it in my pocket real quick, just so I don't have to hold it while I'm trying to light my cigarette with my lighter, which I'm trying to get out of my pocket as well. And well, I do suppose without further ado, I should probably go ahead and get to smoking. And man, let me tell y'all what, I'm feeling the need for a cigarette because I feel pretty out of it right now. I feel kind of out of it. I should have probably had a cigarette before this video, but I didn't. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have a cigarette during this video, but not before, during. Should have probably had a cigarette before this video just to wake myself up just a little bit though. Either way, I'm pretty, well, I was about to say either way I'm pretty excited to have a smoke, but I was about to say, well, and then I realized, I am kind of out of it, but I realized that I was like, but I was about to say I'm pretty excited to have a smoke. And then I got to thinking, I was like, well, because I didn't have a smoke before this video, I'm all the more excited to have a cigarette because I really could use some nicotine right now because I'm just that out of it. I'm a little bit out of it, get my words a little jumbled up, but yeah, I suppose I should probably go and get to smoking. So without further ado, let's do just that, and let's enjoy one of my Mevis Rich 12 cigarettes from Japan while overlooking this beautiful view behind me. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get to smoking. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? This is a pretty chill spot, though, in my personal opinion. There are a decent amount of people at this park today, but there's nobody over here. Reasons for that pretty simple. There's not really a lot of public parking over here. You have to park in a spot where it looks like it's illegal to park, even though it's not because the spots are open after 5 p.m. every day. Reason number 2 why I think it's not so busy over here, even though the rest of the park is kind of busy, is just because there's no bathrooms over here. And they're probably, I'd have to say, like a 5 to 10 minute walk away. And reason number 3 why people aren't over here, there's just not really a lot of stuff to do but appreciate the view. There's no dog park, there's no playground, there's no benches. There's a couple benches over there, but they're all in front of like office buildings and stuff like that kind of thing. But, you know, I gotta admit, the lack of a lot of people over here is making me enjoy this spot just a little bit more so than not, because it's just very serene. There's nobody yelling, nobody screaming. I'm just sitting over here making a video, smoking a cigarette, chilling, and ruining the serenity of this experience for anybody else walking by right now. But you know, what can I say? I gotta do it. I gotta do it. My condolences to anybody walking or driving by for interrupting their serenity. Isn't serenity like... I've never watched Firefly, but isn't serenity like a thing from Firefly? And isn't serenity, it's like not surreal, it's like calmness. I think I'm using that word correctly. I hope I am. Basically, what I'm trying to say, though, is that this is a pretty chill spot. It's a pretty calm spot, and it's made even chiller and calmer by the lack of people, because there's really nobody over here. And honestly, I am not minding that one bit. I like this spot quite a bit. There might not be a restroom right nearby. There might not be an ashtray next to me. I might not be sitting down on a bench right now. But I do like this spot. I do like it quite a bit. And do I think that they should add in like a little gazebo right there or something like that kind of thing? Put a couple ashtrays in the gazebo, have a couple benches going on? Yeah, I definitely think they should. They absolutely should add that. That would be fantastic if there was like a gazebo right there where I could sit down, have an ashtray right next to me, maybe a little bit of a table, maybe there's a park bench under the gazebo, you know, drink a little bit, smoke a little bit, you know. I don't think I would have any complaints on my behalf. Although, either way, even with me just standing in the middle of this field, looking at this view, I'm still having no complaints on my behalf. This is a chill time. I gotta admit though, this cigarette, it is getting me quite a nice buzz. It's got 12 milligrams of tar, 1 milligram of nicotine, if I'm remembering correctly off the top of my head. Let's see. That is correct. 12 milligrams of nicotine. Nope, not 12 milligrams of nicotine. That would be a lot of nicotine. 12 milligrams of tar and 1 milligram of nicotine. If this cigarette had 12 milligrams of nicotine, I would already be throwing up, vomiting, because that's a lot of nicotine, and that would get me very nicotine sick. I don't even know if cigars have 12 milligrams of nicotine. I mean, like, probably if you inhale them, they probably do, but it's a lot of nicotine. That's a lot of nicotine. I could not handle that amount of nicotine, and I am not a terribly large lightweight when it comes to nicotine these days. I do enjoy my smokes, without a doubt. There is one issue at hand, though, and that is that I'm almost done with my cigarette, but I'm standing in grass right now. I'd prefer not to just stub my cigarette out on the grass, because I just don't like stubbing my cigarette out on straight grass. But I'm not really seeing any, like, bald patches or anything like that. See any bald patches I can, like, stub my cigarette out? I see one over there. I might go over there and stub my cigarette out in just a minute. There's one way off in the distance. That's a really good spot. But I think this tiny little bald spot will work for me. Don't want to be causing no fires or anything like that, of course. I'm going to put my cigarette down on my backpack, which is next to me, though. Can't be littered. I'm going to throw that away after the video. And I'm thinking I want another cigarette, but I'm going to give myself a moment before I have that next cigarette to just kind of chill out a little bit and just kind of let the buzz dissipate a little bit. I am pretty buzzed right now, but I do want a second cigarette. Yeah, I'm going to have another smoke. Might as well. I want one. Might as well have one. Yeah, it's a good view, though. I really like the building behind me. It's really nice, like, industrial architecture. I really like it. Like, how it's got, like, the portion in the middle right there kind of thing, and then, like, the other side is, like, slightly shorter than the side that's closest to us. It's asymmetrical in that way. And it's got the smokestacks out the top with a little bit of a ladder on top as well. And the windows rolling up the side. Man, you know, I'd have no complaints about having that as a garage. I'd have no complaints on my behalf at all about having that as a garage. It's pretty nice. I don't know how old it is, but it's probably like 30, 40 years old, if not 50, 60 years old. So I'd have to say it's a nice, semi-historic piece of architecture. And I like it. I like it. I think it's a good spot. And I think this field in general is a good spot to smoke a cigarette, frankly, but I think it's pretty solid. And the silos over there, they say not in use. They have not in use signs on them. I don't know if that's visible on camera, but it says not in use in very large letters on a sticker on each of the silos. From what I know, the building behind me used to be, I believe, a steam plant. So it would like heat all the buildings in the public park I'm at right now, which used to be a mental hospital kind of thing. Not a mental asylum, a mental hospital. Big difference there, big difference. It's one of the first like humane mental institutions, which I think is pretty cool. But at least in the United States, it was one of the first ones. But yeah, no, very, very, very cool stuff. And, you know, I think the silos definitely add to the building. They're just sitting on a concrete pad, and yeah, I think it's nice. But yeah, the building, there's a steam plant. I don't know if it still is operational. I've got no idea, but there is steam coming up out of the manholes sometimes. So I assume it might still be operational, giving heat to some of the buildings for like radiators and stuff like that kind of thing. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, pretty cool stuff. I like the building behind me. I think it's pretty cool. And I think it's a great background for a video. Excuse me, just had a little bit of a burp. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get another cigarette, roll it up. Gonna have another one of my Mevis Rich 12s, because that's the pack I have with me today. And let me get my lighter out of my pocket again. Oh, and I just realized I didn't even grab a thumbnail with that first cigarette. I need to grab a thumbnail as well. So once I get this lit up, I think I'm gonna grab a screenshot, grab a thumbnail for the video. Gotta do it too. That's like the most important part of, well, one of the most important parts of a YouTube video after all, and of course that's what I'm recording right now. Breaking the fourth wall just a little bit there. No complaints on my behalf. None at all. Got a little bit of smoke in my nose. Well, hopefully one of those will do as a thumbnail for the video. We will find out, we will find out. But overall, yeah, I'm enjoying the view behind me. I'm enjoying the view in front of me. I know y'all can't see the view in front of me right now, but there's a couple brick buildings, there's a train line, a bunch of trees just absolutely being massacred by kudzu. It's a vibe. Just nice background noise of like an AC or heater unit or something like that kind of thing for one of the buildings in the background. Fans are a bit noisy, but it's just nice white noise. It's just nice white noise, and it's currently 6:11. Sun's gonna be going down in around about 50 minutes. I'm starting to hear chirping in the trees from like the bugs and frogs and stuff like that kind of thing. That's nice, it's nice. Solid spot, solid spot. I'm liking this spot. Nice stuff to look at. And overall, it's a pretty serene smoke spot. I think that's really the right way of putting it. Serene. It's pretty chill, pretty calm, pretty quiet. There's a nice bit of white noise. Hear the background noise going on. Oh no, my phone is on 10%. That's not good. Well, I think that's perfectly fine. I don't think we're gonna be running out of power during this video. Hopefully, at least. It would kind of suck if this video got cut off partway through, but I think we're fine. I'm like halfway through my second smoke now. But overall, yeah, this is a serene spot. This is a serene spot. Just chilling, frankly put. Just need a bench, an ashtray, maybe a picnic table. Just put a picnic table out here. Bring my own ashtray, honestly. Yeah, I'd be fine with that. Pop a drink. Hey, I wouldn't have any complaints on my behalf. I'm like, honestly though, would I much rather bring my own chair, or would I much rather there be a table already here? Because if there's a table already here, then that might mean that people would be already in this field. If there's a table, people are going to stop by to sit at that table. But if I bring my own table, if I bring my own chair, then that's for me, kind of thing. People aren't going to be sitting at my table. People aren't going to be sitting at my chair, because it's mine. Well, somebody might try, but it's mine. I'll be sitting there. So they won't be able to sit there. So, I don't know. It'd be nice to have it like pre-set up where I could sit down, but at the same time, you know, bringing my own chair, bringing my own table, I feel like that'd be a vibe as well. It's all a place to have a smoke. Without a doubt, without a doubt. Well, that's all I had to my second cigarette of the video. I'm going to go ahead and stub it out real quick. Make sure it's all out. Don't want to be causing no field fires or anything like that. That would certainly not be very good because I quite like this field. It's a pretty nice field. And I think that's all I had to say for today's video. I think I'm going to drive home, make some dinner, because I could go for some food right now. I'm feeling a little bit hungry after having those 2 smokes. And I think I'm gonna have a great rest of my night. Hope you all have a great rest of your night, morning, afternoon, whatever it may be for you. And hope y'all just have a fantastic one as a whole. Appreciate y'all watching today's video, where I smoked a cigarette with a brick building and 3 metal silos in the background. 1, 2, 3 metal silos in the background. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video today. If you guys have, of course, like, subscribe. Check out my Instagram, my book, my merch, my Patreon, all in the description down below. Go check it all out. Appreciate y'all watching. To the next one, stay safe and peace, and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?